What's up, YouTube? Jack Armstrong, Jack Daddy Customs, coming at you today with an awesome project. What we're doing is we built a boomless sprayer. I know this is like a little boom, but it's not a huge boom. Like a lot of the boom sprayers have. This is actually called a boomless sprayer, and we've got a boomless nozzle right here, and this nozzle is going to shoot about 18 feet wide, full of your herbicide. So what we did was we built this out of aluminum. It's not sticking way out, and it's not permanent. You could take it back off if you needed to, but it's small enough that you could use it as permanent. So this is an awesome addition to your sprayer. So I just had this sprayer from Tractor Supply, and now I've got a boomless sprayer to follow along today as you watch how we build this. What we've got is one of our old sprayers, and we're fixing to make a boomless spray nozzle attachment for it. This way we don't have to go around using our wand. We don't have to build some kind of big boom that takes up a whole lot of space everywhere. This is just going to be one little piece that sticks off the back of our sprayer and actually uses some integrated mounting lugs on the sprayer, so it could be one piece and small at the same time. This is the sprayer. It's just a Femco sprayer from Tractor Supply with a nozzle, and then of course this is where the power hooks up. Let's see, we've got a few scrap pieces of aluminum here, a couple pieces of angle, piece of tube, piece of angle. This is what came off the sprayer that holds the gun, a little piece of rod, piece of angle. Over here, these are going to be the screws that we're going to use to attach it to. So this sprayer has some little screw holes right there, and we're just going to attach it to that. And then to make this thing work, you're going to need some 3/8" tubing, and it comes with a bunch of 3/8" tubing. Most people's spray guns got a bunch. You could probably just cut some of that, splice it back, whatever. You don't need much. I got about 5 foot right here. You get these nozzles. So this right here is my spray nozzle, and that's a Valley Products or something like that. And then I just got it screwed into a barb fitting. And you'll need a T, a couple of these barb fittings. The way I'm going to do it is I'm using quick connects, so that way I can take that on and off as quickly as I need to. Of course, you need some stainless steel hose clamps. Now while I'm at it, these are the plug for my sprayer, and this plugs in up by the sprayer, and then I usually just clip these around the battery. But I went ahead and picked up one of these because my Ranger has a 12-volt DC, whatever this is, and so I'm just going to go ahead and wire that in while we're at it, just to make that a little easier than normal. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take our sprayer, slide all this out of the way. We're going to take our sprayer, and on the back it's got these little lugs already molded into the plastic, and so we're going to utilize that. And what I've got is just a piece of aluminum here. I don't know, it's probably like 1.5 inches angle, maybe 1/8 inch thick, and we're going to figure out how much of that we need to be able to get to both of these mounting locations without using up too much. So it's going to be about right there. And we're going to cut it. Alright, so we're going to have something like that. Remember, we're just fitting it up right now about how we want it. We'll weld it all back. Now I want a little extra right there, so I'm just going to cut that even. Alright, so we're going to have that like that. We'll put that where it welds nice down to that. Gives a little extra support. This piece is going to come out here. So let's see if we can cut that a little bit better of an angle. Yep, that looks good. And then for extra support, we're going to use this little piece of rod. We're going to bend it right in the middle. That's going to mount like that to hold it where it goes. this piece right here is going to weld the bottom, and that, I hope, is what our nozzle will sit in, like that. We got everything cut how we need it. Now we got to weld. Alright, so now we are fixing to start welding everything up, and then we'll drill the holes and mount it. But this right here is way better to do it when it's not on the tank, because you'll just melt that tank. So do it on something maybe less flammable than OSB, but it's just what I got to work with right now. So I'm using aluminum, and I got an aluminum welder. That's just for like corrosive resistance, as well as weight, as well as it just is cooler to use aluminum. So we're using aluminum. You could use steel. You could build any kind of system you want. This is what we're using. Alright, we got it the right angle, so we don't want to weld any on the bottom because we want it to be nice and smooth down there. Now we're going to weld up this edge and make sure we keep this same angle, same gap. Alright, now we've got this little kind of truss that we've got built, and we're going to put it right there. So we're going to let this cool off, and then we're going to get our holes drilled for all of our mounting solutions. Alright, so this is what we got. I'll show you some close-ups in just a minute. But basically, you'll notice that the boom is not right in the center of our piece. The reason being because I'm going to cut a little notch right here so I can still use my hanger for my gun. So this right here, the notch will sit down and will go right there. Now I'm going to cut this notch after I make sure I know where my screw hole locations are. So let's go ahead and do that. Move this welding hood out of the way. The Viking. So here's my tank. Move my stuff. This is my tank. Obviously. Alright, so this is cooled off now, and you can see it's going to fit just right there. Now what I want to do is I want to mark where my holes are going to be, and I want to get as even as possible. So I'm just going to drop it down below my holes and make a little line right where the holes are, and then I'm going to drill that out right now. While I got this bit on, I'm going to go ahead and drill a pilot hole right through here. Now I hadn't mentioned this earlier, but the 3/8" tube is going to go through this tube and right into the nozzle right here, where we'll use stainless steel zip ties to put that on with. But it's going to come out of this tube. That way you don't have to worry about anything getting hung on branches or tall weeds or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and drill a pilot hole right here to then use our step bit to get all the way through. Alright, so now we're going to feed this tube through this hole that we drilled. Now, we're going to go ahead and put some Teflon tape on this and then screw it in to this. Now what we want to do, we're going to use some zip ties to get this to like hold the rubber right here, but we want to take a hose clamp and put it right on top of that and tighten that joker down, because we want to make sure that nozzle stays where it's at. Now we'll take some tape and go over that to make sure that we don't cut ourselves on that. The next step is to fit this up. So we've got our hanger. We're going to put a washer and then our bolt through there. Screw these into these studs. Now what I know is I bought a little bit longer bolts because I wanted to make sure that I could get my hanger on there and have enough threads. So what you need to do, if you got threads on your tank like this, just make sure you get bolts that are long enough to make it, but not too long where they bottom out into the plastic. So on this side, I know my bolt's going to be kind of long, so what I've got is several washers to kind of build it up to make sure I don't bottom out on my tank. Alright, the next thing we got to do is hook up our hose coming off of the nozzle onto our hose coming off of the pump. Now what we're going to do is cut into the hose that goes to our handheld nozzle, and we're going to put a T in that. We're going to come off of that with a piece of hose, and we've got some quick connects right here. That way we could always just come back, have a quick connect, take 2 screws off, take the boom off if we need to for whatever reason. But what I'm going to do is come back and put a T in here, or a shut off, because I don't have a shut off with me today. I'm going to have to buy one, and I'll do that soon. Alright, so all our plumbing is done. Now, while we got it empty, while we got it off, I'm going to put one of these on there real quick. That's a pretty good fan. All right, I'm going to measure and just step it off. That's like 18 feet of a fan that we're getting, and it's pretty even all the way around. Okay, so as promised, here is the 1,000 sub giveaway. So we've reached over 1,000 subscribers. This is the first video we're posting since we've hit it. So we want to do a giveaway. This is what we're going to give away: an awesome Arctic cup with a JDC logo. This is the rules. All you got to do is comment on this video and tell me what you would like to see me build next. And then I'll take everybody that comments on this, put them in a hat, and we'll draw that out within the next 2 days. Okay, so 2 days from when this video drops, that's when we're gonna draw the names in the hat. So hopefully you can get your chance to win a JDC Arctic cup.